This is Justin Amazon on Wednesday, August 7th, 2019. Yesterday and today look really similar in terms of range, a little bit of different ways that they played out. Had the market opened around maybe here, this time of the morning, around 7 a.m., you would have had, well, I guess 6:50, no, 7? Yeah, 7 up here. Would have been really similar to yesterday's open. But today we actually opened down here, which meant gapping down and then continued to trade back down, just like we did yesterday, into this channel. Almost came down there. So we actually held a higher low today here and then again here. And let's see. I think these two candles, yeah, bounced right off of 1757, not 1747. But that was a tweezer bottom, and that had a really nice rally off of the low, made a new high in the day, came right into this range that we had held as resistance yesterday, pushed a little bit through that, and then actually rolled over, came back down, giving you another opportunity to buy here. Similar low to yesterday, similar place where it bounced to yesterday. And you could have been getting in down here, or you could have waited for us to at least get above the 21, like we talked about getting above the 21 here yesterday. And had you just waited for it to get some closes above, you should have been in probably, if not this candle, maybe the pullback here, or definitely after this hammer, possibly on this candle before it has a big push up here. Now, if we look at the options, there's a big spike down on this. Let me zoom in. On this candle, we're right at 1230. There's a big spike down, which I don't think could be a real spike. I don't know if it's just some obscure data or what, but we'll jump over to the call. I don't think this wick is real. At least if it is, I mean, it would have taken out everyone's stops here, and that's not what happened on the 5-minute. So in here, we were just going sideways, actually making slightly higher lows, and that was through here, making higher lows here, kind of a flat top here, kind of triangle, and started to break out of this candle. And it was a big candle right at 1230, but it didn't really have a gap or a wick down like this, taking people out. So I don't know if this is real or not. I don't think it is, and if it's not, then obviously we're just looking at this and looking at this increasing lows, and you could have pretty easily done a setup like 7 by 6 or 750 by 650 or something like that, triggering on this candle or getting in a little bit early on these and just holding on to that until it comes up to the high of the day around like 14. So that's getting in at 7 going up to 14. That's 7R right there. So that's a nice setup. That was kind of a big move through here. You also had another opportunity to get into it as this pulled back into, let's see, 120. Oops, wrong way. So this pulled back into about the 120 in the afternoon, and I guess it's kind of holding some lows from earlier in here. It's holding the low from these candles, or close enough to the low here, bouncing there. This is getting in like 9 by 8, or maybe you missed that and you're looking to get in like 10 by 9. Well, that candle could be that, or this candle pretty close to 10 by 9 would have worked for 3, 4R or something like that. These two candles are really, really small here. This is 1025 and really indecisive, and so that was right here. And you want this to bounce. You want it to go through this open consolidation, break down, give you that tweeter bottom, rally, come back down, and start to S-curve. But this is some sort of like a multi-top or something, a miniature head and shoulders, and this is your retest or rest. And then from there, it just starts to just kind of grind a little bit lower, a little bit lower, a little bit lower, until finally it's like, oh, we're starting to break down, but wait, we're right here in this channel. This is a great place to buy to mitigate your risk, because it could just bounce from here, and it ended up doing that. So into the close, we were making higher highs and higher lows. This looks a little bit more of like a wedge shape, and so, oops, wrong one. I'm really not sure what's going to happen tomorrow. This is what I'm seeing in terms of a wedge. I don't know the percentage, but I think when you have a wedge pattern like this forming and getting to an apex, uh, if it gaps down, normally these break down going bearish. And so if this kind of gaps down, maybe we'll retest a little bit. But if it gaps up, or if it just continues going up and holding these these lower lows, that's going to be really something to watch out for. To see, even if we get a pattern like this that doesn't really play out that way. So if we step back over to the daily, this is a really nice flag. It's really shaping up similar to these candles here. Like look at these candles. You have a high wave candle here. You have a bullish gap and go that doesn't go and just pulls back. This pulled back and then had a rally, and then this candle gaps. Well, I was going to say gaps down, but in this case, it gapped up. You just get a candle similar to this bullish candle after 2 bearish days, and this one does not make a higher high or a higher low, and it looks like we're making higher highs and higher lows. It just looks like a little flag. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days ago we touched the 5. I think we're getting ready to touch the 5 tomorrow, especially since this day will come off because it's a 5-day moving average or exponential moving average. And so you take the 5th day off and you start to use the current day or the new day tomorrow to calculate that. I think the only way we would not touch it, it seems, is if we gap down or continue moving down first thing tomorrow and we just push lower. But this is going to start to kind of chase. We've had 3 really indecisive sideways days in a row. Are we due for more downside? This is a great rest right here, and it was X marks the spot, and it just means okay, let's kind of regroup here. We still have the opportunity, just like back here, to gap up again and hold this same area here. If we gap up above this, which is entirely possible, and continue to rally to possibly all-time highs, or at least get back above this and then just kind of trade around and see how it goes for a little while. That's kind of what happened. Let's see, what was it? Somewhere in here, I think there was some gap like that. It just went sideways for so long, and it was bouncing up the downtrend. But anyway, yeah, so we'll see, kind of what starts to play out this week. Doesn't necessarily have to start moving this week, but something you just want to be aware of the levels, the gap here that's was the same one from back here. So I think it'd be really cool if we had 2 kind of island reversals here and here to kind of see, okay, what's coming next? Are we going to break down into that? Are we going to break out from it? What's going to happen next? And I don't know. We're just going to try and mitigate risk. And so if we dig back into like the 5-minute, these were opportunities to mitigate risk. A highway candle here after a hammer. Okay, take it on the breakout, and it works. It starts to break out and makes a new high of the day. So that's a great opportunity to get into. And it's just a matter of just reading the chart, being nimble, and kind of seeing, okay, where's my best edge? Well, if you had drawn in something like this, just kind of connecting some of these highs. I mean, you could do it with this candle and this candle. So you're letting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or 6, maybe about 25 minutes, half an hour go by to just connect those. And then that plays out as your resistance here and almost here and here, and even into the close to see, okay, where are we headed? Well, looks like I could extend this, and we're still range bound. We're keeping these candles range bound, is what I meant to say. So we'll see what happens the rest of this week, and see if we have a really good edge on how to play stuff. So here's the daily. I think that was all the charts I wanted to go over. The puts here, we're just kind of losing value all day, making lower highs and lower lows, and that was making higher highs, higher lows, and higher highs, on the stock. But then, like I said, the puts were just losing a lot of value. They had this rally here off of around 10, and you really could have done like 10 by. I don't think 10 by 9 would have worked until you're past that candle. Let's see. So that was up here. This totally looks like a breakout, until you kind of take a step back. It's like, well, that whole thing looks like Head and Shoulders, and even pushing up here, that didn't even get a close. Um, that high to just show, oh, it's going to continue. It was really starting to show, okay, here's a lower high. This is a small pattern, but should play out to the downside. And that was where we could have been loading up on some puts, even getting back into this channel, or throwing an upper wick here, back up into this candle's range, or this candle pretty much taking out the high of the bearish candle and then getting sold back down. So there are some signals to get into puts here, and that would have been, or could have been, getting into the 1750 put and seeing, okay, well, where's the good price that we're kind of holding there? And $10, kind of plays into things here. So this one you could have gotten in at like 10, and going on all the way up to, looks like around 18, 17, something like that, to get out of there. So that's getting in at 10, going up to 17. That would have been 7R. I didn't catch that one. Just going through the opportunities that we need to recognize in the moment and figure out how to play it right away so that we can take advantage of the small risk and take some gains home. So hope this helps. We'll leave the wedge on here for a little bit and see. I was just kind of zooming out to see, is anything else really showing something like that? I don't really see it. This kind of looks like 2 or maybe 3 shoulders next to an inverted head for inverted head and shoulders, but I just don't think there's any more to the left that would count as that. Yeah, so it's just kind of the visual where we're at. So it just shows that whatever the gap, we're doing some buying, selling off, buying again. This looks like kind of letters. It's U and then W, and just the way it's playing out. So we'll see if we get any more pullback and rally tomorrow, and we'll see. We'll just continue watching and see how things are moving. So hope this helps. This is Just AMZN. Thanks.